Last week in my Army research class that I taught, one of my students asked, does my timeline end, does the service end for my Army guy when he goes AWOL? Now, if you're new here, I'm Jennifer Hollick of the World War II Research and Writing Center and the Ancestral Souls Wisdom School. 16 years ago, I developed the two-part strategy to research any veteran from World War I to Vietnam, even if the record's burned. I wrote the books, I teach the classes every week, and I take research clients. I also ghostwrite and publish books for clients on their family history and their veterans. So, what do we do if somebody has gone AWOL? But before we get into that, I want to show you something amazing. So maybe not the best image, but over there is a heron. I'm out at one of my favorite lakes recording some videos and doing some journaling, and the heron stopped by. The heron is one of my amazing spirit animals. All right, so what do we do if somebody goes AWOL? Is that the end of their military research service? Do we just stop, or what happens? Now, she also asked this in regard to what do I do with this timeline? Because in my classes, I teach you how to create a military timeline of service, which is not like an ancestry family tree timeline. It is very different, much more detailed, and much easier to work with if you're going to tell the story, because I can take you from timeline to the foundation of a book in about 2 minutes. So, what does she do? Well, her soldier did go AWOL, but that is not the end of his story. A lot of soldiers went AWOL. Some of them came back quickly. They might have had a little bit of a punishment, and then they go back to duty. They're not discharged. Others get into a lot of trouble because of whatever their AWOL circumstances were. And they might be put in the brig for a while. And then when they're released, you have to see what happens depending on what time period of the war you're looking at. But it is not the end of their military service. So you do have to keep documenting. And if you're doing, in her case, Army, then you would just continue to track that individual through Army morning reports and see where they end up. And Army morning reports are the foundational record to reconstructing Army or Army Air Force service, even if the service file didn't burn. So, if you'd like to learn more about these different records and how to research World War I and World War II, I have the most comprehensive and in-depth classes in the country. You can visit my online course site, the Ancestral Souls Wisdom School. Take a look at the store. Coming in August, I will not only be teaching live, but I will have my classes pre-recorded, so you'll have options. And then go to the World War II Research and Writing Center, where there's more than 11 years worth of articles, videos, tips, and